You know
There
what I mean?
is. That's the worst part. That is. That is. Just like that.
Dude, you need to fucking relook at what you look at, dude.
Well,
Alright, guys.
just like that simp idea. That's very simple, you know. But it
That's how
changes
simple.
people. You know, a lot of people just want to, you know,
What do you mean? Like the simp idea changes people. What do you mean by that?
like someone who used to
Oh, because
like this girl, and you know, she's, you know, and then he's like, oh, I'm a simp, but he's not. You know, he's just in love. He just has a
right,
crush
right, 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 right.
on a girl, you know, and then he decides to be that badass because, you know, that meme made me feel like an idiot, you know.
Well, so then we gotta talk
Guys.
about we gotta get
Guys,
even
guys,
deeper
guys,
because there's
guys,
all
guys,
different
guys.
types of memes.
Guys,
What's up?
just want to say that we are now live. I'm recording, but it's only showing my view on Rocket League right now because I don't. There's no other way. But all our voices. Are here.
So what I'm saying is that so now you're gonna get into a deeper aspect where what is a meme and what's not because anything can be a meme. An audio recording could be a meme. It's not just a picture. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I mean, let's be clear. What I'm defining as a meme is mainly, you know, an idea conveyed with an image and text. That's the meme.
Okay, hold on.
Meme.
Let's
Things you can
read. Let's read.
within less than a second. You know.
Don't forget to play.
Right. Okay. I'm with that. Let me read the definition of mimetic. Is the study of information and culture based on an analogy with Darwinian evolution. Proponents describe mimetics as an approach to evolutionary models of cultural information transfer. Mimetics describe how an idea can propagate successfully, but doesn't necessarily imply a concept is factual.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm saying. But it doesn't matter because people, like I mentioned earlier, if you repeat something enough to people, they'll start believing it, or
Yeah,
they'll
but-
start, you know, living in that world. You know, it's almost like a Stockholm syndrome. You know,
I'll
you
go.
end up falling in love with
Right,
your
but that sounds
characters.
like propaganda. That sounds like propaganda too. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah,
glad I come
well, I
back.
mean, in small doses, but it's not. You know, it's just, it's mimetics for sale. You know, it's culture for sale.
Yeah, but
I'm
at
sure
the
that
end,
some
you know, aren't we enabling all this? Like
We
I know
are,
it's
yeah.
easy
How
to
what do
say
you
like.
mean we?
Well, I mean, it's
We're
I know
part
it's-
of it.
I know it's easy to say like, hey, let's just don't use Facebook, and you know, people are, that's not gonna happen at least not now.
No, but gamers are like the most vulnerable people of all of them.
we meme the most. No,
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I mean, you live for this shit, man. That's meta. That's meta to
I
be
hate
part of that.
Yeah, I don't understand all that.
Meta
Maybe
to
that's
be
why I
part
The
hate
of.
crazy thing that happened is that gamers took over the meta fucking thing too, which is
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
you know, and that's
I
another
don't
word.
even know what that means anymore.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
yeah, exactly. Meta means that it transcends. You know,
No, I know that, but I'm saying like in Overwatch, I don't know what a meta is. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I
I
know.
don't
Meta
know what that is.
That's what I mean.
It's-
Like it's totally different.
well, it's the same thing because it's like the hidden knowledge, you know, and that's the worst part, which is what makes it more frightening, is that along all that information we get, all those memes that we see, there is hidden information, there is like codes, there is like weak and, you know, people that are strong that live amongst that jungle. So it's you know, it's still another mental.
Right, but
mental
what I'm trying to
fuck.
say is that people would be susceptible to anything, and it's not the meme's fault, is what I'm saying, right?
no, of course.
That's all I'm saying is that don't blame the medium because there's evil people out there destroying it. You know what I mean?
I agree, but I mean, TV is the same thing. You know, that they've been putting
Correct.
shit
And there's
TV
great
for
TV shows
years.
too.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did you
and
not
there's-
get that fucking?
No,
There's
no,
shitty
don't even
TV
try
shows.
me. I got it on video proof.
Bro, I'm watching it right now. Let's see what Fabio's doing. Oh, he got hit.
No, I was in front of the fucking Ezekiel. He was in the goal. I was coming back, man.
So
This
yeah,
actually is more. This is better than
It's more
video.
challenging.
No, I like it because fuck, it's like it's
Mental
meta.
exercise.
it's meta.
Fuck, I let him pass. Yeah, meta in Overwatch is just whatever the pros are using, I guess, or you know, the meta.
Yeah,
is
that's
what-
the hidden knowledge. You
It's
know,
not
most
necessarily
people-
hidden though, like because
Yeah,
sometimes it's not
you
the
have
best
to look it up.
knowledge.
You know, if you don't know, you won't find out for yourself. That's the
Oh
thing.
my
You have
god,
to
so I
be-
don't know how to fucking, you know, anything until
So
I
is
learn
it
it.
metaphysical or metaphorical? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's one of those two.
I
I
would
don't get why we're
say
going too deep with this. That's the thing.
What do you mean? How is it going too deep?
Like, what
they
metaphysical
took
about
a
a
very-
fucking meta in Overwatch is just what the best plays are at the moment, based on like stats.
But
and
that's
all
what I
that
mean.
bullshit.
How? But we gotta connect and why they call it that. They just didn't make that up for no reason. You know what I mean?
That's
Because
true.
meta is applied to everything now. That's the thing. You know, everything. Some things are meta, which
Yeah,
is
but you just
part
you
of
just
the.
gave the secret earlier. You said if you repeat something enough, people are gonna think that it's true and start living in it. You just gave it away right
Right.
there.
But at the
So if
same
you keep
time,
repeating this shit, it's
we just
true.
said that. I brought up the point that I can't believe that these internet comics are called memes in the first place because that's an incredibly insightful, like, type of name for it. You know, bringing back a meme. No one's even heard of a meme before those internet comic boxes came out. No one's heard of it, dude. I'd challenge anybody.
I
You know
gotta
what I
take
mean?
off my shirt. Hold on.
Oh shit, he's taking off his shirt. Let's go on video. I never fucking knew what mimetic fucking shit was until, you know, people started calling those things memes. You know what I mean? Then I had to look it up and see, whoa, oh, and then I saw how insightful the fucking definition actually was
Okay.
compared to what we're actually looking at. And it's fucking great.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's still part of our day-to-day lives, and it's fun to look at. I have a gazillion memes on my phone right now. I save memes every day.
Right. I think they're dangerous in the fact that that anybody can make them and propagate them, and
They'll
and
catch.
uh,
They'll catch
and
like
that's
fire. Sometimes.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of good ones. Here's the thing, though: they kind of dumb you down a little bit. Even in the good ones, they
Yeah.
kind of make you. They kind of simplify things that have nuances a little too
Well,
much.
it's because they use references that a lot of people don't have, so that makes it specific to a certain audience, that will get the full message, which most people won't. But then again,
Well,
man,
a lot of it is subjective too. Like the SpongeBob thing is like, to me that was weird because, why would they even pick that as a medium, or like as like a template for it? Because
Do you think?
because SpongeBob was incredibly surreal. Like it was like, there was a lot of psychedelic references in that cartoon, and it's a cartoon for kids. It's not like an adult cartoon.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's
but
true.
if you
And
notice people that watch it, it was sometimes like late teenager was watching that.
Well,
Or
I
even
was,
adult, like
I
20.
was
Yeah, I
because
was watching. That's fine.
I was smoking weed watching that when I was like 16, and it was blowing my fucking mind, dude. That show is fucking
Dude,
crazy.
South Park on weed when I was young did blow my mind.
Yeah, but South Park's
And-
different. South Park was made for adults, though, so that's
And you
not.
don't see memes about South Park. You don't see many,
No, yeah, that's a good point.
But
my
hold
friend.
on. Well, I was
and
gonna
you don't
say,
see a lot of memes. Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't? Don't you think that for like people that are doing these, they're doing tons, maybe different templates,
No,
and then
I think the
when
problem
one
is 'cause
catches,
South
they
Park's.
continue with it. Maybe this.
I think the problem is South Park is still popular, and this thing is supposed to trigger a
think?
nostalgic effect in you. Yeah, I mean it's still going,
Well,
and
I
it's
was gonna say
still
maybe because it's kids, versus
right. That's what I mean,
adults.
because it's going to take you back to your childhood to like,
Mm.
oh, okay. So, oh, I remember this. Oh, that's right. Because, you haven't thought about SpongeBob in forever. And then all of a sudden you see him.
But
You're like,
hold
oh,
on,
shit.
isn't South Park in some kids' memory, the younger ones?
I mean,
As
it might be. I
kids?
mean, I was a kid when South Park came out, but I mean, I wasn't supposed to watch it. You know what I mean?
They went on
I
the
don't know
red carpet high on acid, bro.
who did.
Those people, the creators.
Trey
Yeah.
and
Matt,
Stone or whatever. Yeah.
it's fucked up.
I mean, I believe it, dude. I don't know. The meme shit is crazy because what I think it does is this is the thing where I was trying to make my point where I think it's not. I think dangerous isn't the right word, but I think it's kind of like unfortunate because I think we're too, as a culture, we're way too excited about nostalgia, and I think we should stop that. I don't know if that's a good thing. I think you should, not be in fairy tale land. I think you should, especially at times like this, like we should, spend our time sharpening our crafts, not dulling them back to when we were fucking kids. You know what I mean?
That makes a lot of sense, yeah. But did you notice a lot of stuff going around is stuff that doesn't make sense?
Like what?
Why is that? Like not all, but a lot of the stuff that's prevalent in the memes or even in the news or whatever, it's not fucking important. It's not making us smarter. Like, well, I don't want to. I don't care what Kim Kardashian is doing on. I know it's everybody uses that same line and shit, but
But it's the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
thing. It's the same thing. It's just a different audience. The people that watch, Keeping Up with the Kardashians don't watch memes, don't read memes, or
well, they might,
back
but they're going to
then.
be different. They're going to be different, though. They're different
Yeah,
memes. That's another thing we got to talk about is that
yeah.
the memes acquire a large space, man. And it's a big spectrum. Like, there's really stupid fucking memes out there. There are really fucking like dumb, hateful memes out there. Then there are like some ones that are genius and that only I will understand the way I understand, and you and Lewis will understand the way he understands because it triggers a certain response from you. That's like a fingerprint. It's completely unique, and that's the part that I find where I could see there's some potential there. But I also see the way that they're hugely popular. It's probably a medium that's not being used well. You know what I mean? The fact that there's so
the
many.
fact that it's so popular, that's true. That's like a clue.
Right, right, and like I'm sure Kardashian lovers have their own memes based on whatever world they're in. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm just saying like I don't know, man. I really don't know where I stand on it. To be honest with you, I've battled with it. Like I battle with social media altogether. Like I feel like we'd be better without it all fucking together. I mean, what purpose does Facebook serve, dude?
But then again, it's the same thing with TV. You have no control over it. Even if you feel that you have control over what you post on Facebook and what your friends see, you have no control. That's
You
the
have
thing.
control in the sense where you can sign out. You know, you don't have to fucking be there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only control. You can
that's
turn
true.
off your TV, you can turn off the radio, you can turn off your cell phones.
Right.
You can isolate yourself from any exterior ideas, which is probably something that a lot of people should do, but that's not living in society, and that's what scares me about that. But there's this guy named Alexander Nix. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
I haven't.
Uh, he was the director of some place called Cambridge Analytica,
Yeah, I've
and
heard of that.
yeah, no, exactly. And Cambridge Analytica, they were the ones who, they did the Ted Cruz and Donald Trump campaigns
You
during
want to
the
start a
2016 U.S.
you want to start a
presidential.
match?
I'm going there again. So yeah,
Wait,
so
repeat
that's
repeat that last sentence.
those are the ones that were at the what's it called? The they were in front of the Donald Trump and Ted Cruz political campaign in 2016.
Like what you did? They were running their campaigns or something.
Yeah, yeah, and he was arrested. He
For
was
what?
arrested because he was selling the information and playing with people's mind basically. That's he was doing
Start a queue.
advertising that was coercive. Is that how you call that? And
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah,
doing
yeah.
data mining practices, aiming specific targeted ads for specific people that were part of the. Oh, are we back?
What do you mean back?
You guys want to go in snow day again?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Remember, it's recording the
So
screen, so if there's nothing going on the screen, it's I don't see you, I don't see anybody.
yeah, yeah,
I only see the
he
Rocket League.
he created something that's called the psychographic. That were profiles. That they were doing on people, and they were trying to
I
influence those
remember that
profiles.
documentary that we saw at your place was fucking pretty crazy.
What
Was
was the
Yeah,
scary
documentary about?
more than anything. What?
Well, they're meant to scare you. What was the documentary about?
Cambridge
no,
Analytica and how they had connected the dots on a lot of
but it wasn't
people.
a documentary. It was a presentation of Cambridge Analytica to
Yeah, yeah,
investors.
yeah, sorry. It wasn't it
Eh,
was just a presentation of what they could do with it or what they hope to do with it within the next year. And they said that within like 70% accuracy, they could guess that based on a bunch of different quote unquote facts about you. But I find that that's BS because in a way, you know how you told me when you create multiple persona of yourself, you're kind of fucking up the algorithms. But a lot of those things can be based on what people post, and sometimes it's bullshit. I don't know.
Most of the time, it's bullshit.
Like, 70% of people that are interested in, menswear, also basketball and hunting have this type of personality. Yeah, that could be true, but I mean, I feel like sometimes you would just type hunting in the Amazon search bar, and next thing you know, you're fucking bombarded by hunting equipment. You're like,
Right.
I'm not even a fucking, I just typed it once, and all of a sudden I'm profiled like this. It makes you think how dumb the technology behind some of the marketing is. Like, I just bought a keyboard. I don't want ads for a keyboard for the next week.
Right. Yeah.
How
No.
is
No. I
how
noticed
is
that they
isn't that
do.
a
Yeah, that
simple
happens.
fix? Like, you just
Right,
bought it.
because that's makes you think that there's a lot of that is automated and it's not as
Yeah,
malicious as we think. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
exactly. That's
And
what I was
I
wondering.
agree with that. I find that more to be the case, to be honest with you, man, in my personal experience. But
There's probably
you
some
know,
in the background stuff. Yeah.
So
I'm
so
also pretty counterculture too, so I don't subscribe to a lot of this stupid shit that a lot of people do.
So how
But
it happens, how it occurs, it's very simple. They have like 6 little steps. They start with Facebook and they collect, survey data, which, they use to create a profile. And that's very simple. They ask questions like, does he like art? Does he like CNN? Like BMW? Is he part of a specific band, fan club or something? And with that, they create data compression, which create profiles, category 1 to X. And then with that, they're able to say, okay, these type of category each will vote for this candidate or are likely to vote for this. So then they really do profiles to confirm they do surveys to confirm their profiles, and then they extrapolate results to see if I modify one thing. Let's say he likes art. If he doesn't like art, will he be part of that profile? So by changing one little item in those items, you will change the profile of that user. So there are people that are like 2 or 3 items to changing profile and voting for the other guy
So
within
they
the same
bombard
party.
people with like,
Within the same party. Again, I think that's the key, because that was for the election of Ted Cruz within the Republican Party. So by default, you have users that have not people or sample people that have the same predisposition by default. They all like weapons. They all like the Second Amendment. They all have this. They all have that. They only have slight differences, so it's easier to change. But I don't know. It's more complicated than that. I guess.
what is the significance of them figuring out people? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
I would say they
Like,
don't know yet.
Are they using it to like change to portray their policies to make people like them more? Like, I'm
Well,
trying to figure out what
I
they're
have
trying
a theory with all this, but it's only based on what Lewis said, so I don't know if it's accurate to the true like.
Damn,
study
bro,
or
you're
whatever.
trying Lewis like
Yeah.
that. He seemed pretty articulate the way he said it, man.
No, I'm just
You don't
saying.
gotta
Like, I don't
fucking,
know
you
if
don't gotta
this
doubt the
is-
man.
I don't know.
No,
if
but I
this
mean,
is,
I don't have all the facts. I've read maybe.
No, but my question is like, okay, so if they got this right and they can figure out like what people like and all that, so they're just, what are they doing? Like,
well,
what
hold
are
on,
they doing
that's
with
my
that information?
My theory with what someone Lewis said was, could they possibly, let's say that they know that people that have that like guns, sex, whatever, like
Yeah.
stuff that's hard to change perhaps, and then they add a couple of things that are easy to change. Like, let's say people that like red more than blue, or they like trucks more than
Cars.
electric or whatever, and then they figure that, hey, if we can get this guy, he has all the profile we need, but we just need him to like, I don't know, jazz instead of rap, because he'll fit more in our persona.
But it goes back to that good old mind control, which is completely dumb. But it's a dumb idea when you think about it. It's like, who the fuck believes in mind control? But mind control is more subtle than you think.
Of course, yeah.
Especially
And
control of the
people
masses.
some people are more susceptible than other people too, which is,
Yeah.
fuck, dude. That's the third time that's happened to me, dude. Where I hit the puck and it goes behind me. 2 of them were goals for the other team.
Yeah, that's weird.
Anyway, yeah, this is fascinating because I've heard of this Cambridge Analytica, but I got to be honest with you, politics grosses me out, so I kind of stay away from it.
But it's more than politics. Politics is just one
right.
usage of this. weapon, because it's a weapon. You know, it's how to control the masses, the media, the money. You know, that's what they say. Follow the money if you want to know, you know, where to go. But
Yeah. Shouldn't some of this stuff already gross us out enough to want to do something about it? I mean,
What
I
can
mean,
you
I
do,
don't
bud?
think I don't think we can do anything.
Besides,
That's
just yeah, what you got to do is just not do this shit. You know what I
the
mean?
only thing you can do is just read, acquire knowledge on your own. Do not, you know, believe anything that anybody says. Be true to your opinions. Be an artist. Create your own stuff. I mean,
be the
that's
best you
all.
can be.
No, but I mean, it's again, it's very simplistic to say that what I'm saying right now. But it's just
Well, there's
meaning don't
also
rely
okay.
on
So
whatever's been
this
created.
let me give you a scenario. This reminds me. This discussion about Cambridge Analytica reminds me of like my brother is like a weird. Okay, how do I start this off? So during the 2016 elections,
Oh
um,
shit.
they were doing like you know how they were talking about Russians hacking and influencing the election through social media.
Yeah.
Well, my brother followed a page that I believe was one of these pages, and he was always reposting it. It was like a really hardcore right wing kind of
And you know what?
propaganda that it was like just gross. It was like the grossest shit, you know, shit that made it was like really gratuitous, shit that even most right wingers don't really get into, you know. Like I remember they were talking about like transgender kids and you know these parents were taking their kids into most of it was memes, which is also relates to what we were just talking about, just like super hardcore right wing memes. But then they would post like articles of like you know, like I saw ones of like transgender kids, you know, like where their parents were taking them to bars and like this boy kid was dressing like a girl and dancing on the bar and shit like that. And it was just like it's like look at what the this is like the family unit these days, you know, like you gotta stop liberals from. It was just really strange shit that didn't make any coherent sense, you know. And I just felt like that was weird. I felt like that people that fall for that. I mean, it's pretty blatant, like what's going on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That
And,
was inconspicuous.
yeah, and I was
Motherfuckers,
like,
where are you guys?
oh my god, dude, I was right there, but I missed.
Oh no! Don't tell me they're gonna get one last.
I'm doing a
page of-
really bad job of explaining this, but I feel like
No.
that a
Keep
lot of
going,
people
keep going.
fell for that. I feel like a lot of people, like, for lack of a better phrase, fell for that. And
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And
true.
we all fall for that. We all have that, you know,
and the same thing
outsider
happens on the
page.
left side too. And the same thing
Yeah.
happens on the left too. So I mean, I'm not like trying to pull a bias here, but I just felt like it was really obvious. Like this shit was like really bad. I wish I had examples, dude. I really should have even brought this up.
But you're not wrong, you know, because in the end, let's say that you have like a middle, an extreme left and extreme right. You know, by presenting extreme right views to somebody that's middle right, he will slowly move to the right. You know, a little
Yeah,
bit,
he's gonna radicalize more. Yeah.
just a bit more, just a little bit more. You know, which is enough to go to the next level. You know, and that's what they have in the end. They just have those recipes that they can use to do whatever the fuck they want with the type of people they want. But you know, in the end, it's just it's up for grabs for the people with the most money. You know? With the people that
I,
have an agenda, with
these
the
memes
people
were
that want to
so
sell a
bad that
product.
these memes were so bad that I felt like they were almost malicious. Like it wasn't just like a fanboy. Like oh okay, it was like kind of like like stoking the flames, like prodding the fire. You know what I mean?
You know what would be a good idea actually for the future would be like an antivirus, but for the mind. You know, anything that you see like first degree is explained and put in how do you call that in parallel, not parallel, but in relation with you know the real shit, the real deal. Because sometimes memes are just you know stuff out of context. So
Right, but you gotta be careful though, because you don't want to turn into like Bill Gates and shit, man. Like where it's like, oh, we need
yeah.
we need to police this. You know what I mean? I don't want to
Yeah.
see more policing. I don't want
No,
to see
but
that.
it's not about policing. It's about you know being on the other side of that war. You know, because there's a war on our mind every day. You know, with
Oh shit.
Right, but nothing is keeping you there though. Here's the thing though. Other
No,
people
of
are
course
doing this to us. So it's like either I think you're either susceptible to this or you're not. And I think there's a lot of people that travel a spectrum. Like like there's like phrases like empath. Like a lot of people will call me an empath, and it's like I mean it's true. I mean I'm not making this up. People have called me that before, and
Yeah, I
and
used
I
to
feel
say
like
that to girls.
right.
No, not really.
But I feel
Just
like
one.
Oh my god, dude, you suck.
Well,
Yeah, I
This is
saw.
gonna be an interesting one. This is part 2, guys. This is we're doing a hybrid of gaming stream of horrible matches. We're gonna lose every single match,
Yeah.
and podcast at the same time. This is gonna be awful. Yeah, dude. I don't know, man. I find it so easy to stay out of this shit that it's kind of fascinating that people actually fall for it. And I guess it's a lot of people. You know what I mean?
Well,
there's a lot of people in the world.
there's a lot of people that's uneducated, and I'm one of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, dude.
don't-
I dropped out in 9th grade, dude. Uneducated doesn't mean shit these days, dude.
Well, that's the thing. It does. It's important. Education is something that's very, very important. That's how you tell fact from lie. That's how you learn
Let me
to make
rephrase
sound
that.
decisions.
Let me rephrase that. Institutional education
Yeah,
is
but-
losing value fast.
Yeah, yes and no. You can be part of that, that validated education, that's been there for thousands of years, which is the basics of the human mind, not, history or anything like that, but real education.
Then tell me why this. Please try to explain to me why like a technology that Trump uses is wildly popular right now. In this day of information age, what you're saying should negate things like Trump, and it doesn't.
They
It's like
do. I mean, they're negated, but the thing is that people that went to school are using it against you. That's the real issue.
oh, dude, I
using it
don't know
against-
about that. I don't know about that. I don't think. Listen, what Trump does. I'm
like
just using
like
him
I
as an
said, Cambridge
example.
Analytica was in charge of Trump's campaign in 2016.
Right,
you
but
know-
not. But Trump, you're giving him way too much credit.
Not him. It's the funding. Maybe he hired them, and he's very in his dumbness very smart.
Oh
That's
that's him.
by associating with really smart people. Yeah, we fucked that one up.
That was me. We both went up for that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, dude, I just feel like that the technology he uses is like a. It's beyond. He was doing that before Cambridge Analytica, dude. It's like
Oh,
it's very strange,
all right. But let's go back.
and it's very
Let's-
strange how people fell for it. Like especially working class people, dude.
Let's
like
go
they,
back.
they're
Before technology, there was magic, if I can call it like that.
with
you
the
know,
CK.
There was people that could speak spells and change people's mind and convince them just by looking them in the eyes, and
People
they
were
would
more
have
susceptible to that shit.
special knowledge of how to hypnotize people directly while they were awake. It's hypnosis exists. is a real thing. It's not a joke. And then there is some sort of and Trump I don't know if it's voluntary or not, but he hits a lot of those notes when he talks. The way that he talks, he takes everything. It's everything or nothing, So there's no room for doubt whenever you're listening to him. It's
There's
just the way
lots
that
of
he
room.
plays.
Doubt.
But that's the thing, though, that I think you can see through him so easily.
Yeah,
though.
we can see through him so
Yeah,
easily.
Like anybody
Can
can,
you?
dude.
Can you?
Dude,
no,
That's the
no,
thing. He
you
put
can't.
like, dude,
can't.
anybody, I think that people are like being incredibly lazy and incredibly convenient when
Because
they
people lost the trust
Maybe they don't
in
care.
everything.
right.
that
They
exists.
like
that's-
drama.
We're drifting into a different territory, and I like it. I gotta tell you, I know more about this than I do about Cambridge Analytica and psyops, dude.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that Trump does at a small scale by speaking to a model at a party. It's the same thing. The way that he speaks to the whole country at the same
Dude,
time.
no, this is exactly. This is what he does. We did a great job. We're doing great. And it's like the
Yeah.
whole time everybody's worried about the job he's doing.
We're
He's
all-
like, we did a great.
Ah!
Oh, that was good. Like, you know, he's talking to someone. Oh, we made so much money this year. You know, hey, would you like to invest with us? You know.
Right.
It's
The
like-
economy's doing better than it ever has, and it's like, dude, you could call that a lie, but really, what that is it's deeper than a lie. It's like, it's a spin. It's like you call me out on this lie and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Well, like I said, repeat something to the people, you know, so many times that they'll start believing it. That's exactly what Trump is.
Yes!
You know? And I think that's that's actually the theme of this podcast is keep repeating something to someone, you know, so much that they'll end up believing it at some point. That's how the human mind, you know, it's like,
It's like a mantra.
50 Cent would say, you know, repetition is the father of learningness. He said that in one of his
Fucking
his
50
verses.
Cent said that.
Yeah.
I hope that's the last time we quote 50 Cent.
No, man. We should quote, you know, a bunch of dumbass
Say his
rappers.
real name.
Curtis.
I don't even know his real
There's
name.
one that said,
Let's call him Sir Curtis Jackson. But yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's true, man. That's how you convince people. You repeat stuff. Hey, you know, we're so good. I guess we're good. You know. Mm-hmm.
That's how do you guys think I did my schmeck thing all across the world? You just repeat it and it just catches on.
You've been
that's a third
schmecking us all this time.
That's ancient technology.
ancient
It is. It is. I mean, it is. It is.
Let me hit that.
That's how you convince people. How do you think pimps do it? You know?
Pimps?
Talk about pimps. Something
Bitch, you a
that
hoe.
rudimental
Bitch, you
and
a hoe.
raw.
Dude, first of all, pimps don't even exist anymore, dude.
I'm pretty
They
sure they're
do,
all
man.
extinct, man.
They
No,
do.
not in my
People make-
neighborhood.
Wait, I saw one in the movie.
Dude, you don't need pimps anymore, man. All the women are free agents now.
Really?
Absolutely, dude. The
No!
internet is the pimp now.
Some geek guy is a
Some
pimp. Is that what
geek
you're saying?
Dude, come
Some
on, how
geek
did we
guy
let
with,
this happen?
it's called a webmaster are now pimps.
Well, you know, like things like Backpage and Craigslist and shit.
Bros, how did we let
Yeah,
this
I don't know.
game-
I don't know about that, but I mean, good old-fashioned pimps. You know, the ones that could convince, you know, anybody to do anything. They could probably convince you to, you know, to do a bunch of shit. You know, and because they
I mean-
appeal to your weaknesses.
I can't believe we lost that, dude.
I know.
Yeah.
Was that a 9-scoring game?
That was nine goals, 5-4.
Damn. That was actually
Yeah.
a good one. Dude, so I'd like to offer a hot take. Okay?
Tell me.
Documentaries are way more destructive than memes will ever be.
Documentaries?
Hot take.
Documentaries.
Hot take.
Aren't there some good ones out there?
Yeah, dude.
Name one. Name me a documentary. Give me an example.
Well, I stopped watching them years ago because I have a theory that is the largest form of psyops that you can do to yourself. You're basically listening to a source that is giving you incredibly biased information, one-sided information, and at the same time portraying it as not doing that. We're like, oh, this is a fair scope, and it's like it's definitely not. Because no one's going to invest that type of money into not putting an agenda out there.
Yeah, but aren't there people that, you know, spend some of their money to do something good out there? Can't we believe
What do you mean?
that?
But you're right. You know, documentaries, they're made to change people.
Remember the fire documentary?
Yes. Finish that fucking sentence, dude. They're made to give you an idea, to change your fucking mind, to shed light on something. Is the most innocent way to put it. But at the same time, that's not truly innocent. Like I can't trust a director I never see, or I'd rather hear an interview of somebody than watch a documentary for 100%. And to me, it's like they're taking the world by storm. Everybody's getting their information from documentaries, and it's
But
just
I feel like
documentaries.
You know, they're you're associating this to documentaries, but people are very critical of documentaries. They don't just accept things as they come.
I
I think that
again,
a lot of
I'm
people.
gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you on that, dude. I don't think that's. I think that goes back to the like convenience and easy. Like, tell me what to think. You know what I mean? They don't say that actively, but subconsciously, it takes an incredible lazy mind to fucking go through,
But
10
to
10
someone,
documentaries.
let's say like me or somebody that's slightly educated, and will try to say, I rebuke everything. I have a critical eye regarding anybody trying to impose
Right,
me their
right.
opinions. So they're gonna have to really, really get to me in some way. So usually, if a documentary is not well made or is not credible, too bad.
But
It's not
my
it's not
point
gonna
is
work.
my point is, even if it is credible, like, first of all, that's subjective. But even if it is credible, it's like, okay, can't you objective, can't you like find a better way to access information than to watch like a theatrical fucking um type of like dramatic sense of like, you know like, first of all, most documentaries are interviews anyway. They're just pieced
Yeah.
together and they're edited and they're weird. So why not just give me the raw interview? Why not just do that? I
Remember
feel that that would be a lot more honest than to edit a bunch of fucking people talking and to make it like this big production. Especially in the day of like Joe Rogan and podcasts and all this. There's no excuse to not just give me the raw interview. You know what I mean? I just want to see the raw interview. I don't want your production value attached to it.
Nice.
I had
think
no
that-
boost.
think
I have
that-
absolute no boost right here.
I did like a documentary about this guy. This guy's life. He's a photographer, and it was just basically him describing how he got into it, his family, and showing the pictures he took. And there was
Yeah,
a
that
story.
sounds like absolutely non-controversial. I'm talking about ones
Yeah.
that are like
Okay, like stuff about.
Like Bob Lazar,
No, but
the
I'm just
documentary.
But I'm just thinking like.
I didn't see that, but his story's fascinating, dude.
Yo, that's
the UFO
that's not
guy?
credible to me. Whatever that guy can say, I'll read it as fiction. It's fiction to me. Anything that Bob Lazar says
Really?
is fiction, because there is no way to prove it right,
Right, there
or
is
wrong.
no way to prove it. Right, you're right. There is no way to prove it, but there's things in his story that are kind of unexplainable. Not
Still,
that
that doesn't
I
prove it.
don't believe him either, because I have this weird
Is this the
ability that I
UFO
don't
one?
think a lot of. I have this weird ability where I don't think a lot of people have, where I can compartmentalize information. Like, I don't
Yes.
need to know if something is true. Like, I'm completely fine not knowing the answer. Like,
And-
in any
that's
subject.
That's a, I guess a sort of knowledge. For example,
I don't
lawyers.
think a lot of people have that, and it's really scary because a
Well,
lot
you
of
need
people
to have that.
a lot of people know the fucking
Nice.
truth, and if you try to tell them otherwise, fuck you. You know what I
But
mean?
that's
Like,
that's the basic,
Yeah,
I think,
that's fucked up.
of being empathic or whatever. But just like lawyers, they're defending people that did things that they would never do, but they approach the situation without any judgment, and they're able
Right.
to compartmentalize the word that you said.
Well, what they're able to do
Compartmentalize,
is they're
it's
able to get you a nice deal with the prosecutor.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing: is like the Bob Lazar thing. I'm completely fine not believing
Yeah.
him, but I'm not gonna say that there isn't some weird oddities in his story.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the fact
Did
that
you
he
see
knew
the latest one though? The one
the
that
fact
jumped.
that he knew the test the fact that he knew the test
Ah.
schedules, and that he got a bunch of people after he got fired, he got a bunch of people out there, and they all claimed to see this. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of strange to me. That's
Okay.
like,
Hold on, did you guys see the latest one on Joe Rogan where?
yes, I believe that's what we're talking about.
No, Bob Lazar is not the. There's another one with an army with a. They talked about it in the Bob Lazar one. They said, oh, you got to get this guy on, and he went on, and he was in that video with the annoying guy, the one that likes less credible, younger one.
Yeah. He
So-
was the documentary maker. That's another reason why. you
Okay,
should
well,
like
in that
documentaries.
one, it's a younger army guy. It's not Bob Lazar. I was gonna say
Yeah,
army,
I've,
but
I've seen it. I've seen it.
well, he's talking about some shit that's not too far-fetched, dude. Not like the Bob Lazar.
What, the
one.
TikToks? The TikToks?
Going up and down near like Hawaii.
Yeah. The
and
TikToks. Yeah.
Entering atmosphere.
what-
Lots of
what
people
does
saw
that-
them.
That's a
that's-
lot
that's
different than what we're
bullshit.
talking about, though.
It's still bullshit. It's
I think it's still bullshit. This guy was a lot more credible. It could have been some government planes or.
But that's my thing. Why does it matter if it's bullshit or not? Like,
Well, that's where I draw the line. To me, something that could or could not be bullshit doesn't deserve, my brain space.
What do you
No,
mean?
I
Isn't-
get it, I
isn't
get it.
everyday life like that?
Yeah.
no, I get what
everything
you're
is-
trying to say. I get what you're trying to say, but I'm more sympathetic to the Navy guys than Bob Lazar.
Yeah, me too.
But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count out Bob Lazar just simply because of that. The fact that when they went and spotted that shit, when he got fired, he knew the test schedule. It was like on a Wednesday at whatever. He got a bunch of people out there to watch it, and they got caught. And after that, the government bought up all the property around there and expanded Area 51 so no one could watch it. So that to me is fucking strange, dude. Like I'm not trying to draw conclusions from that. I'm just saying it makes his story a bit more credible to me. You know what I mean? Now all the other details that he said, like nine different craft, like all the details where there was
Wow.
like no
Can we talk about aliens
was-
for a second?
there was no
Other
computer.
stories?
We are. I thought we are.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
was
no,
no
I thought,
computers inside them.
I thought we were talking about documentaries.
All that stuff is circumstantial to me. That's all
Yeah,
circumstantial
exactly.
to me.
That's the word to say, circumstantial.
Right, right,
So,
right.
I mean, it might or might not be the case.
What about the
Right,
one
right.
where they show like the, I think 12 or 13 different testimonies from all ex high-ranking, either Air Force, Navy. You know the ones where they're old guys now. They're all in their 60s and 70s, and they're like, some of them were talking about how when the nukes were gonna go up, strange crafts were coming in and turning off the equipment.
But again, all
That's
that
all
is
old people. They're
circumstantial.
like people you would trust.
Are they? Are they?
Yeah, I don't even know what Fabio's referencing.
That one
so
got
I
me. That's an
can't talk
old
about
one. It's it came out like in 2003, I think, and.
Fuck!
Nice shot.
I had this too. Fuck.
Because that's the thing with aliens.
Nice shot.
Aliens aren't.
I've been- let's
There's
hear
no
all your
proof
alien
that aliens
stories.
exist, or no proof that they don't. So
Except all the
Well,
people
there's
that
a-
said they
there's
saw
a-
one, but yeah.
you can read as much as you want, just as you can read about
I mean, can you
No,
say that
Sasquatch
dreams? Can
or-
you say that dreams exist?
or the Loch Ness.
Let's talk about dreams.
Dude, fuck you. Don't do that to me.
Dream space, like the dream you had this morning. You remember it or yesterday? Nice.
I don't. I wish I remembered my dreams better.
If you remember
Well-
being in a room full of people, and the next day you remember that as a memory, you being in a room full of people because it was a dream, that didn't exist, did it?
That's crazy.
I don't know. I just.
That is
fucking-
crazy. You got yourself in a mental fart.
Go 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 go. Nice.
Oh wow, wow!
That
You
was
talked to
close.
the puck. It
Yes.
listened.
Go, go, go,
He
go.
said, "Go, go, go, go."
Go 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 go. And she's like, I'm going. Bam. Did I do good? So yeah, but there's another theory about dreams, right? And this one's gonna be fucked up. It ties in with the simulation theory.
We're talking about
So
theory, or
basically,
this
it
is,
says
like, less
that
than theory?
when you're dreaming, you're outside of the simulation. So when you're dreaming, it's reality, and when you're not dreaming, you're in that simulation.
that's the. Come on, man. That's like the easiest one. Like
The lowest level of simulation. Yeah. Well, that's all I'm saying.
Well, my question about dream. Have you, Lewis? Have you ever fucked with psychedelics at all?
Yeah, a bit. I've done
Like
something.
What kind? What kind?
The 3-letter stuff with the one that's
LSD?
the far end of the alphabet.
How
Yes.
often have you done it? Like recently at all?
I don't know. Maybe I was younger.
Okay. Well, dude, there's a thing that I have that's weird about. I had a question with this girl I was talking to yesterday, actually, about this, because. Okay, so like, there's weird things in psychedelics where it feels like these things that you are experiencing cannot be local. Like, it's not from. It feels like it can't be from your brain. Like it almost feels like it's out, like it's coming. These messages are coming from somewhere else, and it's not in my head. And I felt this intensely on psychedelics,
Yeah.
and mostly like through visual cues and weird things. Like when I did DMT, I did this thing where I blasted off or whatever. You close your eyes, you go somewhere, and I'm not pretending to know what that is. But the thing that happened that was weird was after that, when I was like up or moving around again, I noticed that there was like
that
this,
again. Explain that better. What do you mean when you were up and moving around?
like, so when you smoke DMT, the goal of it is to basically you should close your eyes, and once
Okay.
you close your eyes, it's over. Like you're gone. You're not there anymore.
Your eyes
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
closed, or who cares? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, unless I don't know. But so like there was like this weird residual high that I had after the fact. I went outside, and I noticed that everything out there was like coated in this weird honeycomb type of. It was like this honeycomb pattern was
Okay.
like flowing over everything in existence, and it was like this weird. It was weird, man. It felt like to me like this couldn't be coming from my
Could have
head.
been like
there's
radio
no way.
waves.
It was like so perfect, and so yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been like some type of electromagnetic type of field, or something that we can't see in our fourth dimension or whatever. So, like I felt like it wasn't coming from my head locally, and then like I feel similar things about dreams. Like I feel like, well, my question to this girl was, do you think that like a dreamscape and maybe psychedelic scape
Or the
have
same
like
shared
it's no,
space?
it's like no, it's like an antenna. It's not local.
So I'll explain that for you if that's okay. I don't mind. I'll debunk that right now, right here.
Well,
Easily.
can I finish my thought real quick though? Because
Sure,
it's kind of
sure.
like
Take your time.
well, no,
You're
because
good.
I feel all right. So could it be an antenna? Could it be like something where you're able to see something that you know is not possible to see with the eye, or
I dig
you
that.
know
Nice.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
So
But I feel dreams could be the same thing because I felt like there's no way that this could be coming from me. Like it's strange. Some of the shit that I've seen
Yeah.
in dreams, very
I've
strange.
only had a couple like that, but damn.
so you can yeah you're
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
okay. So you know how dreams work, right?
No, nobody knows. Not even scientists.
Okay, well I know.
I saw a thing,
That's
on
what's
that.
fun.
They're like they still don't
I'm
know.
gonna take Fabio's side on this just because of personal reasons.
Sounds
But-
good. Sounds good. That's fine. That's fine. But doubt me as much as you want. I mean, I can't say that I have 100% science, but I've proven something, and I'm gonna explain why.
Okay.
So, how dreams work? Okay, the way that dreams work is your eyes. They move really fast. Under your pupils, right? I don't know if
Rapid
you've ever
eye
noticed, that's
movement,
what it's
rapid
called.
eye
Yeah.
movement.
REM,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
REM basically, when you're sleeping, there's still like light, that comes in, and when your eyes move, it creates a flash inside of your eye. It creates some sort of how can I call that? Like lines, like a TV is made out of 360 lines. Well, your eyes move at a
You're
specific
talking about like
pace.
frames per second or something, or
Something like that, correct. So your eyes, the way that they move, they create an illusion of an image, which could be just something that's in your room, could be just a reflection of a light that's somewhere. So that's why maybe some nights you won't sleep and other nights you will sleep. But then again, that's just a theory for dreams. But what I mean for DMT is that when you close your eyes, you see, you know what I'm talking about. You see these flashes, you see these like shapes, or like just close them now and you'll see the flashes that I'm talking about. And those flashes
It's
when
just
you
light
move your
around me.
eyes.
It's just light that's in front of me.
Yeah, in the dark, there is light even if your eyes are closed. So that's
could debunk
when you
that
move your
anyway.
when you move your eyes like that, it creates some sort of shades. And drugs or DMT, LSD, mushrooms, or anything that you want to call it, even weed could do that effect, will interpret that shape that your eyes see and fill out the blanks. And it will fill out a full image of something.
yeah. But dude, what you're talking about is very is very physical, and I'm not. I'm
Yes.
talking about metaphysical. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Everything
Well,
I'm saying is
what I'm saying
metaphysical.
is what your eyes create
What about
is
this?
one thing,
I'm gonna
but
debunk that one.
the way your brain interprets it, it's something else. So
I
Okay,
your
just
eyes basically can move in a
I
way
just
that is.
googled. What about a blind
listen,
person? Can a
listen. I'm
blind
not.
person dream? The answer is yes.
listen, listen. This is the problem, though, Lewis, is that you're putting me in a weird position because I think we're having two wildly different conversations, and then I'm not saying like you're wrong or I'm right or anything. There's not. It's not like that. Well, the only thing I can say to you, dude, is like if we're gonna have this conversation, you're probably gonna have to do some psychedelics, man. Revisit them or something, because this
Well,
is not.
I
This is
have,
not.
I've done much in the past, and I know what it's like to, to see the snake, and to what it's like to see things
He's not
like
the snake. He
vividly
can
in
see the
when
bugs.
you close your eyes.
because
That's
because I'm willing to accept that this is an entirely local experience, but
it is, but
I'm
it ain't
also
at the same time. You know what I'm saying is, yes, your eyes can your eyes are only the medium. Basically, it's blank,
right. But
but
what
your
you're
brain
explaining is
decides what you're seeing.
right. But what you're explaining has nothing to do with like the emotional responses that you get from dreams. It definitely has nothing to do with DMT because when you close your eyes on DMT, like you can smoke DMT and keep your eyes open, and that's totally fine. You'll hallucinate, you'll do whatever, right? But if you close your eyes, and first of all, if you take the hit correctly, it's more than likely going to be involuntary. You're just going to do it anyway. But if you close your eyes, there's a phenomenon called blasting off, and
I heard about that. Mike Tyson
it's
talked about it.
yeah, right, dude. Yeah,
Holy
that's exactly
shit.
it. Oh no, no,
Oh
no,
no no no
yes.
no yes!
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
I want to know what
And
that is, dude.
what
What the
happens
fuck?
there? What happens there is not. It's not like you're gone from physicality, right? Like whether you're in your head or not. I'm not saying it's not. It's not local. I'm just saying like whether you're in your head or not. It's it has nothing to do with like your senses. It has nothing to do with your eyes, your touch. All that's gone. Like you're
Of
having an
course.
out of body experience.
Of course, and you know what? I agree, and you don't necessarily need to have that. But what I'm trying to say is your eyes can create that, and for most, I would say for dreams, mostly that's probably how it does, how you do it.
Well, what about blind
Well,
people? That no,
the
that
reason I'm
totally kills
connecting
it.
this,
I we
here the reason why I'm
You have
connecting
to,
this with the DMT with dreams is because I feel like my mind couldn't create some of the scenarios that I've been in dreams,
of
like
course, of course.
and
Well, I mean, your mind, you have, when I did LSD that one time, okay, I saw the whole creation of my gene pool and my family, and it went straight from the first I don't know what's it called, the first Mayan person that was living, and I saw him literally. I saw his face, and the evolution until now. That's how deep it went. So how I totally understand what you're saying, and I saw it so vividly. It was so vivid in front of my eyes. I stayed in my room for like 3 days, and that's all I could see. I could see like the evolution of the genes of my gene pool. That's completely
oh shit,
dumb, but
you had some
that
crazy
makes
thoughts.
that's crazy, right? My brain can't comprehend that. I would never think about that on my own.
right,
Yeah, that's
right,
kind of crazy.
and I have experiences like that with some dreams too, where it's like, dude, where did that come from? You know
It
what I mean?
says
Like it's
dreams
kind of a
reveal
strange.
insight into hidden desires and emotions.
Yeah, like there's a lot of things that it plays with me. I feel like my dreams are playing with me. Like
It
they
says
have like
that
an agenda.
dreams assist in memory formation, problem solving, or simply are a product of random brain activation. This is theories. They're mostly theories.
Well, yeah. How could it be scientific? This is the thing where science has no chance, dude.
No, I
No
think
chance.
in the back then they used to mix, didn't they mix like science with philosophical stuff? I mean, it was all
Well, first of all, you want
uh
to talk about how science is quickly becoming more and more like Trump every fucking day. Like it's like I feel like our Trump reality is a great metaphor for what science is happening to. Like I feel like we can't rely on this shit anymore. Like and it's not just science. They're not the only problem. I think a lot of the problem is how people like to receive information, and that the institutions are giving that information out in easy to digest ways for people. And I don't think that's the right way to do things, like personally. Like when you see like these incredibly biased epidemiology studies, or if you see like these weird things where like, oh, even like our numbers, like when you have percentages and you're talking about numbers of people think this way, like all that stuff is really hard to quantify. Like I don't understand how that is done, and it's kind of it's bothering me that more people aren't talking about it, like it's like we just take it as like that's the way it is.
You lost me. Sorry, I was reading something about dreams. Wow.
What were you
Okay.
reading?
I was on the Wikipedia page. Yeah, it says during a typical lifespan, a person spends a total of about 6 years dreaming, which is about 2 hours each night. It is unknown where in the brain dreams originate, if there is a single origin for dreams, or if there are multiple portions of the brains, or if multiple portions of the brains are involved, or what the purpose of dreaming is for the body or mind. During REM sleep, the release of neurotransmitters, blah blah blah, serotonin, histamine are completely suppressed. Yeah, it's. I don't think it's the light that comes in that makes your brain. It says brain activity is similar to wakefulness among sleep states that have dreaming.
Dude, if there's one thing this podcast is teaching me is how fucking stupid I am, dude.
Why is that,
I need
dude?
to I need to sharpen up on some fucking things, dude, for sure.
So tough, bro, to read.
So
Uh,
there's a study. There's a study about that. Okay, and in the brain, a journal of neurology of the Oxford Academy, and it says, do the eyes scan dream images during rapid eye movement sleep?
mhm.
And it says rapid eye movement and complex visual dreams are salient features of human rapid eye movement sleep. However, it remains to be elucidated whether the eyes scan dream images, despite studies that have to retrospectively compare the direction of rapid eye movement to the dream recall recorded after having awakened the
That
sleeper.
must be so
We
tough
use
to test.
we use the model of rapid eye movement sleep behavior disorder when patients enact their dreams by persistent of muscle tone to determine directly whether the eyes move in the same directions as the head and limbs. In 56 patients with rapid eye movement sleep behavior disorder and 17 healthy matched controls, the eye movements were monitored by electroculography in 4 right, left, up, and down directions calibrated with the target and synchronized with video and sleep monitoring. The rapid eye movement sleep behavior disorder associated occurred 2.1 times more frequently during rapid eye movement sleep with, I don't understand what this means, but yeah. So let's jump to the end. It says this directional coherence between limbs, head, and eye movement during rapid eye movement sleep behavior disorders suggests that when present, rapid eye movements imitate the scanning of the dream scene, since the rapid eye movement are similar in the subjects. So basically you're seeing, and without rapid eye movement sleep behavior disorder, the concordance can be extended to normal rapid eye movement sleep. So that just means that if you look somewhere during your sleep, your eyes are actually looking there, even during rapid eye movement. That's intense.
Well, yeah.
That is
So I yeah, sorry to bring that into consideration.
No, it's
This is
fine, dude. I always knew about rapid eye movement was involved in dreaming, but I just didn't, I wasn't trying. I didn't know the connection that you were making there was.
but that's
Um,
just all allegedly, right?
yeah, still allegedly.
yeah. Man, dreams are a fascinating topic for me, but I need to read up more about them, about like what's already established. Especially you mentioned Carl Jung; he was really into dreaming,
Hmm. Hmm.
and what psychologically that means for you. And like I feel like there's triggers, like things are bothering you. It will be exposed through dreams. I mean, we're gonna need a therapist to get through that, but um, I just feel like sometimes I felt like the dream state was maybe not local, and it was like kind of like a fantasy of mine. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's true, but I just felt like it could be like some type of antenna that's like connecting to a different, something that's completely non-physical
But
in our
some
in
people
our.
have some people have that link even
Hmm.
if they're not, under influence.
Well, I mean that's what telepathy and psychic stuff works that way, but that's you're not conscious when you're dreaming, so it makes it kind of weirder to me. You know what I mean? Like telepathy is fucking real, dude. Like I don't know, like you guys have cars, right? When you're in a car next to somebody and you look over and they look at
over.
you, that's fucking weird as fuck, dude. Don't tell me that's not weird,
Everybody's
man.
experienced that, and that's really weird too.
Yeah, I know, and there's no explanation
Or
for that,
yeah,
man.
yeah, even in a crowd, in a weird, like you just want to turn around, you just want to look
Right.
to the right. You look to the right because you have a feeling you want to look to the right. Boom,
Right,
somebody's just
right.
staring
So
at you.
it's involuntary. Like that's another thing that's weird. Like you're not actively trying to create something telepathic. It's just happening to you. So that's
But
weird too. Like because you're not responsible. You're not making a move. You're like you feel it and you look over and you see someone looking at you and it's like, wow, what the fuck? Like
and-
so like I feel like that is out of body in some ways too. So like there's got to be like some type of way that we have like this transmitter, for lack of a better term.
but it's never happened to you that where you're with someone and not, I would say, you complete each other's sentences. That's really lame.
No,
But
that's happened too, but that's more explainable in scientific ways, I think, because you're program, like, I mean, not to take away the mystique from that, like it's beautiful when that happens. Like I have had that with women, I've had that with my best friend Kevin right over across the street. Like it's cool when that happens, but I feel like that's more like language is a bottleneck there compared to like if I'm not even in your peripheral vision and you're looking at me and I can feel it.
yes,
That's a little that's like takes you out of decision making, and there's no language involved there. There's nothing physical involved there. You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's like you could just feel it. You know what I mean? It's just weird.
so that's crazy. That
Yeah.
is crazy.
We need to get it. We need to get smarter, guys. I need to
Yep.
anyway. I need to. This is great though, man. I like this because I feel like my favorite parts of podcasts are like when people are working things out and it makes you feel like you're not alone. Like, oh shit, I've done that before, So even in our own stupidity, I'm feeling a little self-conscious about it right now, but I feel like we are already ahead of the game in a lot of ways,
But I mean, we don't have any answers to anything. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't know if we really
no one,
are ahead of the
but
game.
no one really does though. That's the thing. A lot of people pretend they do, but they don't. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, yeah, we're not professionals in any way, but there's tons of people that have successful podcasts that people really gain a lot of insight or whatever that
Yeah,
aren't.
well,
Like most of
but
the
I think
podcasts I listen to are from comedians. You know what I mean? None of these people are professionals or smarter than us in any way, but they're they still come up with and not, and a lot of times they're not even on trying to be funny. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, and it's still relevant. So it's I don't know, man.
I
I feel
agree. I agree.
I think this is going to be great, especially like as we're documenting it. We can come back later and be like, oh shit, remember how much
That's
remember
true.
how
That's
stupid
true.
we were. Let's be real. That's probably the most that's going to happen from this. But
Well, I doubt it, but no, I really enjoy these. I think that
dude,
we're
I
asking the right
honestly,
questions.
not to gas you up, dude, but I'm really surprised by you, man. Like really, you really shocked me.
Keep being.
Just like you're a smart guy and like a
In a furry
and,
suit.
you're down to earth. You're not you're not full of yourself, and you're vulnerable enough to that's all. That shit is really valuable to me, and I appreciate that. I'm glad you're in Fabio's life too, man, because Fabio needs some fucking shit like that, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
I've
thank you,
been
but
straying from
no,
the
he
path.
brings more to my life than I could probably
No,
bring to
come
him,
on,
I'm sure.
Right, okay,
Why are you
but
saying that?
Fabio is a great guy too, but yeah,
I
Fabio,
have
you're awesome.
issues. Can I sit down? Can I lay down on the couch? While you guys
No,
Why?
fix me?
let's did you install Modern Warfare?
Are you doing? Wait, are we gonna do therapy? I'm gonna tear you up. I'm gonna tear you up, Fabio.
Can you regress
Okay,
me?
did you install Warzone? That's a real question.
I might have it tomorrow. I know I've said that before, but I might have it tomorrow. I found a way to download it, but it's like super slow. So I tried to start it today, but I was doing so much shit online that I'm gonna leave it on overnight and see what happens. It probably won't be done by the morning, but you know, I don't know.
How fast is it going? What's the speed?
Like 300, 400K.
300, 400K. Let's do some. Yeah, how far in are you? What
I
percentage?
just started. I got 90 gigs left.
Oh, okay. So download time calculator. The file size is 90 gigs, and the speed of connection is
Put 250. Put 250 just for to be safe.
250. 250, and get download time. It's gonna take 838 hours. Hold on. That's not right. That's not right. It's gonna take 83.9 hours.
Damn, that's like four. That's how many days? That's
Dude,
a lot of days.
Yeah, that's not doable. That's 83. That's like
Yeah.
5 days.
I think it'll be faster if you go to the.
Right, but you guys have been the time that you've been trying to get me to play this and install it has already exceeded that. So, you know.
Do you have like a McDonald's close to your place or something like that?
Yeah, but they're not open though. You have to drive through.
No, you can be in the parking and the Wi-Fi still gets to you. I think.
Bro, you know how fucking weird that is, though, dude. I'm gonna sit in the parking lot, dude.
Especially you don't have battery for your laptop, it won't work.
Yeah, I don't have a
Oh,
battery. I took the
Don't
battery.
you have one of those power converters or something like that?
No, it's not gonna work, man.
Me too.
I mean,
Okay.
there's the only way I could do it is if I already asked him. I'm not doing it again. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
My neighbor's being an asshole, dude. I don't know why.
The
Like
other
he
one?
does so much. He does so much for me, dude. But he won't give me his password.
So you don't have one of these. You don't have what's it called? You don't have one of these mobile unlimited profiles or something.
What do you mean?
Mobile unlimited plans. Does that exist anymore?
Yeah, but they throttle you though, dude. What do you mean?
So what? So what? I mean, they throttle like what at 1 meg per second or?
Oh, dude, I don't know, but it's slow as fuck. So I've never been throttled on hotspot, or have I? I've been throttled on. I have, dude. It's really slow. I could barely use Facebook. Like it was like really bad.
Oh, okay.
But listen, I got 3. You know, that's not a bad idea. Let's see. I got 3 days left on my plan, and 3 gigs left. So if I put that on and just see what happens overnight.
3 gigs out of 90. Oh, okay, yeah.
No. I have 3 gigs left of data on my hotspot.
Because you can't burst your plan, basically.
Well, there's only 3 days left, so at the worst case scenario, I'll have 2 days of really slow internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Try it out.
But that's if it downloads after this stupid.
Guys,
You know what I mean?
we're not Rocket League and we're moving away. We're doing talking about warfare. You guys want
guys
to
wanna go
smoke
and-
up?
No,
I don't know.
I'm just gonna do one last game and I'm gonna leave after 1 or 2 games.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go.
What was the
take
name of the
care
podcast you said again? The episode?
today? Repeat something enough and it will
repeat.
become true.
There you go. There you go. You know the Indian the Hindus have the mantras where they just repeat little statements over and over and over.
Yeah.
And also like I've always akin that to like insects and shit that do the same thing, like cicadas. It's like a meditative process.
Yeah, they go with the Om. The Om.
Right, exactly.
They just repeat
But they
that
also
over and over.
have like they do phrases too. And they have like prayer beads, all types of things that are like the same technology, where they like rub the beads through their thumbs, and then do it the opposite way. You're not looking at it.
Really?
It's
What,
like
you're talking
a-
about insects?
No. I'm talking about Hindus.
Oh my god! I thought you were
They have
saying
they have like a necklace called malas, and it has like a certain amount of
nice.
seeds on them, and they take them and rub them between their finger and thumb.
You know who else has that?
Catholics, they have that too.
Yeah,
The rosary-
Muslims.
rosary.
They have that too.
Yeah, a lot of places have that. That's why I find it like a lot of stuff that we talk about is like ancient technology.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Some people called it
Right,
magic. It's, it's
Right, exactly. With a K. You ever heard of
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley?
Yo, I
Of
have
course,
something
of
for you
course,
if you
man.
want magic with a K.
Of course.
Do you know
Remember
about
that,
Aleister
Lewis?
Crowley?
Of course, I know Aleister Crowley.
Nice. That's my boy.
Do what
he-
thou wilt.
That's
is
right,
the
baby.
whole of the
Bro,
law.
I love this fucking guy. Where'd you get this guy, dude? Get some more, dude. Do some DMT, dude, please. It's like 15
Damn.
minutes. It's
Look,
like 15
hold on,
minutes
hold
and
on,
it's gone.
Lewis, didn't you say that with psychedelics you had like a bad trip? So maybe that's why you don't want to do it?
Yeah, but you won't have a choice. Like, okay, well, here's the thing. If you do DMT, it's only like 15 minutes though. So like, even if you have a bad experience, it's over. You know what I
Because
mean?
you
It's
know,
gone.
good trip or bad trip. You know, the trip is the destination. If you know what I mean.
What? Isn't it the voyage?
Yeah. No, you're not. The destination is not where you end up going. Is how you got there. You know.
Yeah,
That's the-
okay. Yeah, I'm with that.
No, it's true. Whether it's good or bad. I
Is that
mean,
one of
right
those
now,
good
I think about all these times that I did mush and I didn't like it, and I'm laughing now, you know, and I'm like, hey, you know, it was fun. You know?
What were you doing? Like, what was the context that you didn't like? What was
I don't know. I just felt like there was this like
pressure?
omnipresence,
Yeah.
something around, you know, that I didn't like.
So what, were you like uncomfortable or what?
Yeah, I was just like uncomfortable. It wasn't bad, you know. When I closed my eyes, I would see the snake, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't attacking me or anything. It was just there.
I
you know?
get physically uncomfortable on mushrooms. That's what I don't like about them.
Well,
Like I get like
stomach, it goes weird.
my
for
stomach
certain-
hurts. Like sometimes like I can't get my body temperature to go right. Like I'm too hot, then I'm too cold as soon as I change something, and then I'm too hot again.
Yeah, but
Like
you know,
that shit is the problem. That's why I like acid. But the problem is with acid though, is like once you do that, that's a commitment. Like you have to, you're stuck there. And I do know a lot of people. Like it doesn't happen to me, but the last time I tripped, somebody freaked the fuck out. So I understand like why people don't want to do that. But the DMT thing is kind of there's not a lot of risk. Like you're done in 15
Is it
minutes.
the
so.
toad or what's the difference? I don't know. It's
The what?
the toad and which is very
Dude, I wish I could get that. That's like boutique shit, dude. How are you gonna get that?
yeah.
No one can get that.
But
I took like some synthesized shit that some guy made, but it was really good though. He made it with like a moringa root, I think it's called. You can buy it online and mix it with some other shit, and you can make it, synthesize it yourself.
that's the peyote, right?
No, this was DMT.
It's not the same
Peyote,
thing.
peyote is a cactus.
I thought it was the same thing.
They're similar, dude. Like the toad venom, what he's talking about is something else too. That's DMT with an extra molecule on it. That's like a different.
DMO,
Yeah, and that's supposedly supposed to be like one of the strongest versions. But
everybody knows
I
the
never done
salvia,
it.
right?
Yeah, but salvia is fucking whack, dude. I
Right?
would never do salvia. I will never do salvia again.
Remember Brooks?
Dude, you know the Native Americans knew about salvia. They knew about that way before,
Well,
and
of
they
course,
never
probably
would
sampled
smoke it, dude. They would take it like to trip. But the thing is, they didn't smoke it though.
Oh,
You're not
they-
supposed to smoke it.
What they do?
They knew that way before teenagers in high school.
Right, you're supposed to chew on the leaves and not smoke the shit.
What?
Because it was
Okay, okay.
legal.
They even had a phrase for it too. I forget what it is, but they had like a little phrase like "don't smoke" or something like that. Yeah, seriously, because they smoke a lot of shit. They smoke tobacco and weed and all that.
Peyote,
You know, the
not
the thing about salvia is it was legal here in Canada. I don't know if it was legal in
Yeah, it wasn't legal in the US and then they made it illegal. Come on, let's go, let's
But
go. Oh, fuck.
Last goal.
I mean, I mean like to tie it up.
That's a goal. There you go.
That's a patent.
Sorry.
Oh man.
Dude, the only reason why we're doing that is because we're talking. But I wouldn't take it back for the world.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's a good mix.
So today is what's it called? Friday. Good Friday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, isn't it? Don't you find it kind of like weird synchronicity that this slowdown has happened? Like everybody's being home and slowing down, like during Lent, where you're supposed to like not do anything. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's like
Now
just-
you're onto
No,
something, but
it's
still
like
that's
saying,
like
hey, kind of weird that like.
Like Lent is like what 40
Dude!
days.
Nobody. Dude, you were right there.
Yeah, I was right there. I know.
Fuck.
Here we go. I'm gonna get it in our own goal. How about that? Just
No,
to
no,
audio
no, no,
up.
Yeah,
It's
we
17
weren't gonna
seconds.
get.
It's 17 seconds.
We weren't gonna get two goals.
He said, "Wow." Oh, that's you.
Skrutskin.
Skrutskin. Is that a person?
That's the name of the episode. Skrutskin.
Scrotum skin.
Oh, get it in, get it in, get it in, get it in.
No, just to.
Whoa!
Just
Fuck
to,
you, dude.
just to spite these 11 seconds.
Get another one in for them. Get another one in. Just to spite. One more, guys. One more.
Yeah. That's good.
I wish I could play fucking Battlefield or whatever the fuck it is on my tiny little screen. I'm not really excited because I'm not gonna really like it. I'm playing on a laptop screen, so
You don't have your monitor no longer?
nah, I got rid of it.
You sold it?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I
have a-
told you.
I have a.
Yeah.
No, this topic is gonna be for next podcast. It's getting
What?
at the end of.
No, but let's finish this. You were onto something, which is really, really weird. It's true. But if it lasts 40 days, then I'll believe you. But I doubt it. This is gonna
No,
last.
I just think it was a
months.
weird synchronicity. That's all. I don't think there's any meaning behind it. I just think it was like this weird, like, okay, Lent is like you're supposed to like not eat meat and like refrain from doing shit. And
some of the best synchronicity that I've experienced is when you get all the green lights. You just like.
You
you're
get
so
all the what?
happy. You get all the green lights in traffic.
oh, nice.
Well, that's fun.
I mean, like it almost never happens.
Right. No, I get
You
it.
know, that's when you have your good old friend, your handler at the CIA. He's like, hey, he needs to
He
be there on
needs to-
time. Let's
He
help
needs to
him.
log on.
Let's help him out. I win.
Hey!
Oh man,
Good try. Good
I was
try.
so close, so close.
Yet so far.
Yet so far.
Yeah. It's a victory or nothing, said Vin Diesel.
We're gonna
That's
win
what-
this one, guys.
We're
Yeah.
winning already.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna.
That's
win
what
this
Trump would say.
one. This is-
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Our numbers are very good.
Exactly.
We got the
That's
best
what,
numbers.
what he does is skillful because it's like he's not really lying, but he really is.
Wait,
We're
wait.
winning already, and we're not. You know what I mean? But we're also not
Wanting
losing.
to win. Okay,
You know what I mean? Get it, get it,
Okay, moving.
dude. That was brilliant. Thank you. We're doing so good.
Damn.
We
I
are.
love the win.
We
I
are.
love the dude. He's so funny, dude.
He is
Dude,
a-
the
comedian.
responses to him,
see
are great too. Like I saw this viral article that everybody was sharing on my news feed, where it's like, "Oh, Trump's gonna pardon Joe Exotic," and then I go and then get this dude. I'm like, dude, this is insane. Like he was in a press conference and he's talking about pardoning Joe Exotic, the Tiger guy that everybody's talking about. You know about Joe Exotic, the Tiger guy?
I don't know what his charges are, but yes. I
He
only
got
know that
arrested for trying to kill somebody, for hiring a hitman.
He's in jail right now?
Yeah.
Okay. He's been in
So,
jail?
But here's the thing. I went and watched this, and he
Yeah.
never says that he was gonna do it. He never says anything that he doesn't even know who the fucking guy is. So
what
it's
happened?
weird.
So
'cause-
how does
so
it...
my point is though, is that he's creating this playing field where you have to stoop to his level to fucking even do anything, and the media is playing into his hands. They're
Wait.
playing right into his hands, dude.
Explain that.
They're not any better than what he is, dude, and it's fucking incredible to me. Like it's just insane that would be a clickbait article that Trump says he's going to pardon Joe Exotic, and then you go and watch the actual clip. He never says that at all. He never
just-
even hints to it.
Oh,
He
you
never
just think
even
it's
hints to it.
plausible? You think it's because we think that it's plausible that he might have said that we go and click on it?
No, the media just wants a gotcha. They want like, oh look, this guy's insane. He's going to pardon a fucking TV show guy.
TV show guy, yeah.
Right.
How can they get away with saying he said it when he didn't say it? That part I don't understand.
Because they're very skillful with their verbiage, dude. They're fucking.
Oh,
They'll-
so
they-
it wasn't
they'll say-
worded.
they'll say he's looking into it. He's looking into pardoning Joe Exotic when this fucking, first of all, no one's asking the question, why is a journalist asking the president about a fucking Netflix show? You know, like, why? Dude, that's insane. That's insane. That's Trump's reality right there. You can't fight fire with fire, man. You can't do it. I'm sorry. It's not gonna work. He's gonna win. If you do that, he's gonna win. And
Yeah.
it's just it's kind of funny. It makes you almost want to stand up for him in some way. It's like, what the
shit.
fuck?
Woo! That was close.
So that's something weird. I mean, I don't understand it, dude. He's like fucking up the game.
What?
Yeah, that's what he does, you know, and
I think
it's
maybe that's
fine.
what it does. Even though I have no idea what we're talking about.
And it's fine. It's now the game.
Nice. Crucial.
And then like all my like liberal friends were commenting, "Oh my God, can you believe what kind of bizarre country this is, where the president would do this?" And it's like, dude, isn't it bizarre that the news asked him about that? Like, you don't find that bizarre?
Did they actually ask him though? I didn't watch the video, but did they ask him that question?
The
or was it-
newscaster said, "Oh," the newscaster was like, "Oh, your son seems to think that you're gonna pardon Joe Exotic."
What?
He
And-
said,
and
I'm
he's
gonna
like,
look
I
into
don't-
it.
And he said, "I don't know." He said, "I don't know who this guy is." And he's like, but you know, he's like laughing at them. He knows it's silly.
Right.
He knows
Yeah.
it's silly. And he's like laughing at them. He's like, "I'll look into it," like as a joke.
That's all he said. Yeah.
Right, but the media treats it like this "I gotcha" moment, like that. Oh, he's looking into doing this. Can you believe it? When he was just fucking joking. He was clearly joking. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean. That's sad. They need to.
But,
Yeah, both.
But you know,
they need to
that's-
stop.
I think that's something that should be part of the law at some point.
Oh,
you
look
know,
at that! Look at that!
that
Oh
that
my God!
that a president or a person in power, you know, can't use public opinion or his opinion to, you know, for matters of national, you know, economy,
Yeah,
national
I agree.
security.
I agree with you, dude. He's already pardoned like fucking war criminals and shit, dude. It's really strange.
But this should no, but I know. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, what gives Trump the power right now should not be the case. Like, you know, it shouldn't matter what a president think. In a way, you know, it's and
Yeah, I know what you mean.
and,
Okay.
and that's the problem, you know. And you know, yes, it used to matter. It used to be a symbolic position, which is very, very important, just like the queen or king. But you know, now it just doesn't make any sense anymore. And I'm not saying it's good or bad what he does. I mean, he's doing his thing and taking advantage of the system or the political system the way it's been done forever. But it shouldn't be like that, you know. That's the worst part.
Well,
you know, we should-
there's what he's doing that I see is different. Like, so presidents could have done that, but they didn't, and now he's like taking advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's
Especially
what you-
pardoning. Like the pardoning is weird because like that was a tool for presidents to like get around the judicial system, and I get kind of why they did that, but also like he's using it for a different purpose. He's using it for like a theatrical sense. Like he knows right wingers would get behind him for pardoning these war criminals that were like posing in front of, you know, dead bodies or like torturing people that they've been convicted and court-martialed. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go and pardon these people," because he knows like the Second Amendment gun nuts are gonna love that shit. You know what I mean? And it's like it's weird that he's using it for like a political position and not
and
for
that's
like
what should
not
that's
for
what
justice.
that's what should be, you know, should be illegal in a way. But you know, that's a matter
No, I
for
agree.
lawyers
No, I-
and a lot
right,
of
no,
people
I-
to discuss in the future.
I
But
agree.
you know, that just exposes a flaw within our political system. And when I say our, I even include Canada, because the same games are played with, you know, the way that, you know, the prime ministers are being
Right.
exposed or shown
Right.
to the people.
Anybody who has
But-
power is corrupt, or they will be
Yeah.
corrupt at some point.
But
so.
but that's a matter for another show, because
Another
you know,
podcast.
this ends our podcast for Friday, the 10th,
Smacks.
Good Friday.
Fabio,
So,
do you remember that those pictures I was sending you, the memes where the guy was making like connections between movies and like current events and shit? The synchronicity guy, dude. I want to
Instagram?
post a bunch of those. I want to post a bunch of those to Discord, and I want you guys to look at them, like the
Yeah.
ones that strike me. I want you to look at them, and maybe they'll give us something to start off next week.
So that's good. And remember, we need to do the Myers-Briggs test also.
Yeah,
one of
I
us
forgot to do that. I
For-
forgot
Can you
to do
send,
that.
you have to send a link because I don't know where to.
Yeah, I'll figure one out. I'll figure the best one I can find, and I'll send it over to you guys.
All right,
So,
put it in Discord, and
yeah.
we'll look at it.
I'll create a new channel called the podcast or whatever. You can rename it to whatever you want.
Cool.
Coolio.
I like how Mike shows up when he knows he's not going to be on the air.
On the podcast. Yeah.
He doesn't want
So-
anything to do with this shit.
I just finished my shift and I come in right after.
I
You
know.
would love
I
it.
know.
So guys, I'm gonna
Timing
go
is
on this
good.
note. Mike will take over my spot. So Mike, floor is all yours.
Hey, Mike. So,
Well,
Mike, we were
that's it.
just talking about
Peace.
quantum physics and string theory. What